Well, that is that. Turns out there really wasn't much of a quarterback controversy here in Philadelphia. Doug Peterson confirms, reiterates that Carson Wentz is the Eagles quarterback going forward during his press conference today, a co-press conference between he and Howie Roseman. Got into a bunch of different things today. But some of the things they talked about Carson. So talked about the injury, talked about how not having the offseason hurt Carson Wentz this year. That's something that I've talked about on this show as well, on this channel. Another thing he said, there are things that Carson Wentz can learn from Nick Foles moving forward. And, I liked hearing that as well. So some interesting stuff from Doug Peterson in his press conference. After I'm done speaking, you can listen to some of the things that he said. So there's that. All right. This video isn't going to be like a full detailing where Nick Foles can go, what they're going to do with him. So I'm just going to keep this kind of shorter, and I'm just going to say this. Let's get into contract details. All right, so if you guys don't know, Nick Foles is owed $20 million next year. Well, if they want to exercise the option for the $20 million salary. The Eagles must decide 30 days before the start of the league year, that's going to be about mid-February, whether or not to exercise that $20 million salary. And if they exercise it, Nick Foles has 5 days to pay $2 million to void it and become a free agent. What do I think the Eagles are going to do? I have a feeling that they are going to franchise tag Nick Foles and they are going to trade him. It's not like last year's quarterback class where you had 5 guys go in the first round. This year, it's a little bit different. You got Kyler Murray. You got Dwayne Haskins. Are these guys for real? I don't know. You may have more faith in Nick Foles if you're a GM. It depends on, what you're kind of looking for. If you're a team that's not really ready to win right now, okay, maybe you don't want Nick Foles, even though I've heard the rumors in Oakland that maybe they want Nick Foles. I would think that's a little crazy, but they've shown that they've been crazy. So who knows what they're going to do? I mean, obviously the Raiders, they have 3 first-round picks, and will they part with one of them for Foles? I don't know. But the reports say that they would. So who knows? I don't know how that situation would work. I mean, Oakland is so far away from winning right now. Nick Foles is going to be 30 years old. So whatever, if that's what they want to do. Anyway, just some quick thoughts on this entire situation. And, I love Nick Foles. Thank you, Nick, for everything you did here in Philly. Wherever he goes, I'm going to root for him, unless he's like in the NFC East. But yeah, I mean, what can you say? 1, 2, 3, family.
Is Carson the quarterback going forward? And if so, what does that mean for Nick?
Yes, Carson is the quarterback going forward. And in Nick's case, listen, we'd love to have everybody back throughout the roster. But as I've said many, many times, it's not about one guy. It's about the team, and we're going to do what's best for the team. I go back to the year 2017, Carson had a full off season. He was healthy, and he was able to go through OTAs and gather that timing and rhythm and everything that led into this season and the MVP type season that he was having in 2017 before the injury. Obviously, fast forward to last off season, he didn't have that. He didn't have that off season with his teammates. He was rehabbing. He was going through that process, and he missed obviously training camp. There were some specialty situations, as you know, like 7-on-7s and things like that we got him out there. But I do think that those can, you're talking about quarterbacks and receivers, quarterbacks and running backs, and there's a timing, there's a relationship that you got to have, and when you miss that time, it will affect the overall big picture of things. And so I think what you saw this season, as the season progressed, got better and better and better, and his numbers got better, and the completion percentage got better, and so that time lost was what he had to make up during the season, which is extremely hard to do. We've been blessed to have this type of quarterback room, here in Philadelphia since I've been here, and for a guy like Nick to come in and play as well as he has and as well as he did, you can't help but take away things that I could use, Carson could use moving forward, and there has to be a blend of that, and so I think moving forward, and Carson, listen, he's still a young quarterback, and he's still learning this game and learning the position and just watching guys throughout the league, and it's valuable experience, obviously, being able to watch guys like Nick play.